to our journey of taking Stoke City back to European football, and the aim of this is to try and win a European trophy. We are in season 4 right now, and the board have given us 60 million to spend in Europe without finishing the Premiership last year. We do have a chance of winning a trophy this year. Can we do it on the first attempt? Find out by watching to the end to see if we get it. We then spend all our transfer budget on 5 players. First up is going to be Renier. We bring him in on a free from Real Madrid. We're going to convert him into a inverted winger on that left-hand side. He's going to be phenomenal for us. Great pickup for free. We then pick up another free, which is going to be a backup left-back, which is going to be Dennis Kirkin, a phenomenal player that we get on a free. We then actually splash the cash, 39 million on a new centre-off, Alexander Hammer Christian. I hope I said that right. I probably haven't. But the fact that this man has got Hammer in his name, I love that as a centre-off. We then also pick up another free, and that is going to be a backup winger for us. Diego Valois is going to be there for us. Hopefully he can rotate when we have European and Premier League teams. And then our last signing is going to be Samu Amorindion from Atletico Madrid. A fantastic young striker that's coming up. We're going to put him in the rotation as well. 13.75 million. Our outs are just going to be Ben Pearson and Nikola Jocic. They both go out on loan. We have a great pre-season, getting all wins, but I'm not going to lie, there's not really anyone that frightening in there. I then make a second tactic ready for when we play the big boys like the top 6 or away from home in European football, just a little bit more defensive and more structured to try and stop them 9 goals that we concede to Manchester United. But we jump into the first game of the season against Brentford, and it's going to be a great ball from Gordon, and there's Renier heading it in on his debut. And Gordon's going to do the exact same, run down that right-hand side, finds a great ball through, and there is Samu getting a goal on his debut as well. We then push down the right-hand side. It's a great ball in, and it's got to find a well open Gordon there, and guess what? Gordon's going to get his goal. Well deserved. He absolutely smashed it. 2 assists and a goal, 3-0 victory. Wesley then picks up an injury for 4 weeks. Not ideal for us. We then pick up a 3-0 victory away from home. Nathan Lowe, Renier and Ottavio all getting on the score sheet for us. We then pick up another big win away from home against Leeds. 3 of our new signings all getting on the score sheet as well. We managed to keep this winning streak alive as we push and get a goal, and Tobido is going to put it in the back of his own net. A 1-0 victory. We're about to play Liverpool away from home, so you know it's going to be the new tactic. Let's see how it does just before we head into European football. It looks a lot healthier. Only a 2-1 loss. Redondo again on the score sheet, but I'll take that compared to the 5 and 6 that we normally concede. Our unreal form continues as we pick up a 1-0 win over Crystal Palace. That leaves the Premier League looking like this. We are actually top of the Premier League, the first time in Stoke City's history. We then play our first ever game in European football since 2012. This is what we were aiming for. This is what we want. And we play against Utrecht away from home. And we start with all guns blazing as Wesley gets us a goal. We then double our tally as well as we move the ball around really well. Look at that open space as Gordon's going to push down this left-hand side. Going to find the ball all the way across. And there is Samu getting us a goal to double our tally. We just pile the pressure on even more. You can tell the excitement from the team and the players just to be back in European football, where we want to be and where we deserve to be with the season that we have had, and we make it 3-0. And then we're just going to add even more to the tally as we're going to get a 4th goal. Samu finding a ball, drilled it low. It gives us a 4-0 victory. Our next game in the Europa League is a 1-1 with Stuttgart away from home. We then pick up another fantastic win against Sheffield United in the Premier League. We have started the season very, very well, but there's been no real tests in there apart from Newcastle. Big moves for Redondo as he picks up Player of the Month for September. We then play Arsenal at our place, and Saka scores a wonderful penalty there, sending the keeper the wrong way. We then get the ball with Gordon down the right-hand side, who finds Samu making a fantastic run, who rifles it across the box, and there is our striker back from injury, Wesley 2-1. Corner's going to get whipped in, and we play a little bit of head tennis here as the ball goes all the way across, and there is Ben Wilmot to head it in for a 2-1 lead. Arsenal tried to get a little bit panicky pushing it out, but it's going to be intercepted there. The ball gets played down. Berger does pick it up, and that is a fantastic slot, which we are used to now after these seasons. And then Arsenal are going to try and come back. It's a little bit late on the stage. It's 96 minutes. It's a very well-worked goal, but it's only going to be a 3-2, and that's 3 points to Stoke. We then draw 1-1 with Notts Forest. Not too happy with that one, but the worst result is against Chelsea, a 5-3 victory, and I don't think this new tactic is working against the big boys. Back into European action, and we play Braga at home, and Anthony Gordon's going to find a ball through to Samu, and he just puts it in as a 1-goal lead. Can we just say the link up between Samu and Gordon is absolutely phenomenal, and their connection is class. Putting Gordon as that right winger has been absolutely instrumental in his career now, and he's banging goals in just like that and getting assists. He's been phenomenal, and just just like this, he gets the ball down here, runs through, puts it in a little bit of threat, gets a little bit unlucky with the finish, but he is going to find the back of the net for a 3-0 victory. We then host Manchester City, and we have to question what Redondo's clearance was there as it goes all the way through, and it's just an easy goal from Kravik-Schaller. 1-0 victory. Some great news for us that Samu is settling in so well and also improving his game. Just look at his attributes right now. We then get a 3-1 victory away from home. Wesley and Samu both gain on the score sheets. That still keeps us top of the league, but as you can see, everyone else do have games in hand on us. We then have a battle in Turkey, but we come out victorious 4-0. I love to see that Samu, Tezgal and Wesley, the rotation of this side, just coming in together. We're going to play Liverpool at home. We're going to try this formation yet again to see how it goes on. Liverpool are going to get the upper hand as they play the ball around really well in our penalty spot, and it's going to be Fabian that gets the goal, and it's going to end 1-0, unfortunately. We then have one for the neutrals as we pick up a 3-3. Unfortunately, Alex Scott gets a last-minute equaliser. We then get another 3-3, this time in Europe, and Almira are going to get a 99th minute equaliser to get the shared points. We then travel to Spurs, and it's going to be Anthony Gordon to put the pressure on, take it away, and fire us 1-0 up. Spurs are going to push, though, and try and get a goal, and you see something a little bit special here from Richarlison, telling people why he should be the next R9. But we are going to fight for it as well in 87th minute. It's about time we get a bit of a late goal surge come through as Williams hits the ball low and hard and gets us a 2-1 victory. Next up is going to be Everton at home, and a little bit of a missed touch there allows us to break in. Renier whips the ball in, and Samu is there. The two new boys linking up for a 1-goal lead. We then get a corner. Renier is a bit injured. I'm a little bit scared about that, but that's a great header, knocking it down for a 2-0 lead. But Everton are going to push back and try and get a goal as a little run down the left-hand side. No one's there to touch him. Push it in, and it's just rifled in by Thiago Almada. Everton are rock bottom, and if they go down, I am very interested in Thiago Almada. We then beat Athens 2-1 in Europe. Another fantastic result away from home with a 3-1 victory over Aston Villa. Samu yet again gain on the score sheet for us. We then take the full 6 points off Norwich with a 3-0 victory at home. We then pick up our first defeat in December, and that is against West Ham. Muric picks up an injury 3 to 6 weeks, but luckily Dean Henderson can fit into that number 1 spot. We pick up a 4-1 victory in the Midlands clash. That's one hell of a December, and hopefully we can finish off with a win against Man United. So Manchester United didn't take that lightly, and they absolutely spanked us 5-1. That's how easy they made it. We are slowly slipping down the table, but we do remain in the top 4. We then play Chelsea, and Sterling's going to run down this wing, cuts in to Conor Gallagher, he rifles it in, and I swear I saw that goal last season. This is not a replay as Sterling runs down the right-hand side. He's going to find a pass into Conor Gallagher yet again, who bursts through into a bit of space and somehow scores. Unbelievable goal. And then Mudryk is going to pick up this ball on the left-hand side. He does a wonderful run, and there's a little cut inside and opens his body up, puts it in, and gives him a 3-goal lead. The Chelsea game did end 3-2, though. Here was the big scare of the season, as Anthony Gordon is wanted by Real Madrid, but I know I can get a lot more than him, and that 74 million release clause is what I want. He then jumps in the office saying, why didn't I accept it? I tell him I want 74 million, and we're all happy friends, and we move on with the season. I don't know if the players are unsettled or something with Real Madrid coming in, but we do pick up a 2-2 against Fulham. But then we bounce back with a win over Sheffield United with Samu getting a brace. We then play the replay of an FA Cup third round against Fulham and get a 2-1 victory away from home. The January transfer window is hotting up as Ottavio is wanted by Sporting, but they can't offer us enough price. We reject it. We then travel to the Etihad, but it's going to be a defeat for us. Haaland getting a good goal there. It's going to be 3-2 to Man City. You can tell the boys are absolutely loving European football as a 3-2 victory over Lazio. Another draw in the FA Cup, and it's going to be against Ipswich as we need a replay. The 0-0 curse carries on as we draw with Lugarets in Europe. You can always rely on a game against Luton to restore the goal scorers. It is a 3-1 victory. We then win our replay by 3-2. A late Emery Tezgal goal gets us a 2-2 with Brentford away. Locking in Muric on a 3-year deal so they can't go anywhere. We'll take that. Man United come to our place and we actually give them a good game. And Wesley's going to get a goal for us there to give us a 1-goal lead. A throw-in is going to be played in on the right-hand side and we move this ball around. Redondo going to get it played through to Berger. Lovely well played, and Wesley gets a brace to give us a 2-goal lead. And then Sessegnon takes a quick throw-in, plays it down, a lovely whip-in, and a boom, a great header from Anthony Gordon to give us a 3-goal lead. And then Bruno Fernandes knocks a penalty in. We then host Wolves in the Midlands, little derby that we have here, and Gordon's going to pick up that ball on the right-hand side, plays it in, and that's a great header from Renier, giving us a 1-goal lead. Samu plays the ball to Wesley. Good 1-2 football with the two strikers, and Samu just puts it away, slots it away for a 2-0 lead. We're going to find the ball down at this left-hand side. A great whip in there, and another towering header from Lowe to give us a 3-0 victory. We still sit in the top 4, only 3 points away from Liverpool at the top of the table, but they do have a game in hand. We also finished in the top 8 of the Europa League, so you know what that means? We're already through to the round of 16. And our European campaign carries on with a trip to Scotland with Celtic. We then suffer a defeat away from home against West Ham, and West Ham seem to be our bogey team at the minute. One of the greatest games of the FA Cup you will ever see is a 6-4. The neutrals would have loved this one. Taking it to extra time, Chelsea get the win. We then travel to Scotland and we put 6 past Celtic, but they do put 3 passes, so 1 foot in the next round, I'd say. An away game against Everton starts very well. Wesley with a wonderful touch, and he just whips that ball in to Samu, gives us a 1-goal lead. We then double the tally in the second half as we move it down this right-hand side. A lovely ball in, pass straight across, and there is a goal for Redondo, getting us a 2-goal lead. But Everton do answer back with a ball over the top, a great little touchdown, and it's going to be an easy one. We go to Celtic away, and we get a goal in the early stages. Nicely done from Berger there to give us a 7-3 aggregate, but it's going to be none other than Haksanovic, our former player in the Championship and the Premiership, who gets a goal against us. It is 1-1, but we win 7-4 in aggregate. We then play Liverpool yet again, and they are going to push it through, finding Mo Salah with a great ball to McAllister, and it's another 1-0 loss to him. The league table looks like this. We are currently in 6th, 30 games being played, but we are only 7 points away from top. Not thinking about that, but Europe in the top 4 spots is doable. We then pick up a huge result against Aston Villa, winning 5-3. We get the draw for the quarterfinals of the Europa League, and for some reason the game won't let us draw, so you're going to have to skip this one. We do get picked up against Rennie's tablet, so that's going to be a tough one. We get our youth intake, and Christian O'Hara actually looks like a decent striker that could develop. One to look forward to. We share points with Spurs with a 1-1. First quarter-final leg against Rennes, and this is going to be a tough one away in France. And Rennes actually start off really well, putting the ball in the back of the net to give them an early 1-goal lead. We do answer straight back though. Luckily, it's from a set piece as we move this ball around from it. It's going to come in, a nice little ball from Kirky there, floats all the way through, and has a cheeky one from Lowe. But things aren't going to end our way as Rennes do push on and try and get a winner in the second half late on, and it's a ball all the way across, and then it's Goiri to give him a 2-1 victory. We bounce back with a 2-1 victory away from home against Nottingham Forest. We then get this page that I didn't think I would ever see, not this early as well. The title race builds up, and you can see that we are in a chance of winning the title, but I think it's a little bit too ask. As you can see there, Liverpool and also Manchester City are in the good runs to win it, but it's just the thought that counts, like Christmas. Second leg of the Europa League, and we get an early lead. A beautiful goal of Samu's going to give us a 1-goal lead there. We also then intercept the ball in the play, build it up really nicely, go all the way through, and that is going to be a fantastic goal to give us a 2-goal lead. We do pick up the ball in the centre yet again, a lovely interception there, and Lowe's going to play it, takes a bit of a deflection, and gives us a 3-1 lead. We then move the ball down the left-hand side. It's a beautiful ball whipped in, and Lowe is going to get a brace, get us 4 goals, and give us a 5-2 lead on aggregate. But it's not over yet, as Rennes do try and push back to get a goal. They certainly get one as well. A lovely, well-worked finish there, but it's not enough. 5-3 on aggregate, we go through to the semi-finals. A massive win against Bournemouth as we take a 4-goal victory. League title gain even tighter as we go 6 points off Liverpool, all to play for. We then pick up another awesome result with a 3-1 victory over Newcastle. You didn't see the draw, but we get Lazio in the semi-finals. I think this is a great win. If we can win Lazio, I'm sure we can beat Marseille or Fenerbahce, who go into the final. A little bit of a shock, have we got so many injuries and suspensions to our main side. We actually get a 0-0, which is kind of a good result. I'm just a little bit worried that was our home leg. Charlie O'Hara picks up under 21 Player of the Month award. He's only 15. I told you it was something special. We have a bit of a bad result against Leeds at home, and it is luckily Samu gets a 98th minute equaliser to share the points. Second leg at Europa, and it is going to be Lazio to start this one off quite quickly as well. Zakaragi gets a goal. A little bit of a miscommunication there, but it just goes in the back of the net. 1-0. We do fight back though after half time. A bit of a stern team talk, and Rennie is going to get the ball, and what a finish that is from him. 1-1. But Lazio then push down the other end, and they do get a goal back. Philippe Anderson with a great ball finding Gravalla, and he just rifles it past Henderson. 2-1. A free kick's going to get pumped in. Nathan Lowe is going to pick that ball up, place it across, and then as our main man Samu getting as a goal. 2-2. A short goal kick goes absolutely horribly wrong for Lazio, and Nathan Lowe gives us a 3-2 lead. And then a big tackle in the centre is going to find Sessi going to Rendon, plays it over to Renier, who's going to cut it back, and there is Samu to give us a 4-2 lead. They tried to get a consolation goal at the end. It's the 90th minute, but I think it's going to be a little bit too late as Tati does put it away. A lovely finish, but it's not enough. 4-3. We're into the final Europa League. A big loss for us against Arsenal is going to put dents into our title hopes and Champions League hopes. The table looks like this. We are currently sat in 4th. We're all on 71 points. Man City, Aston Villa and us. Just one win against Crystal Palace can elevate us up to 3rd or maybe stay in. That's 4th place for Champions League. As we host Crystal Palace needing a win to go through, Redondo hits an absolute rip snorter to give us a 1-goal lead. But it all comes down to this. Crystal Palace whip the ball into the box. It's going to come through. Kind of a replica of what we did, and that is not good, and it ends 1-1. We did get this goal right at the end in the 91st minute, but the referee decides that is offside, and I actually got up and fist pumped and everything. I thought we got Champions League, but it wasn't meant to be. We absolutely slipped down the league table and finished 6th. I am gutted. There was no time to dwell because we had a Europa League final against Marseille, and this is a team that we're going to rock. Henderson plays because he's played every single game for us in the Europa League, so we had to give him a game. Can we get a win? Can we win European glory? The teams are out, and just look at that. I'm not nervous. You are. This could be the big one. We've had disappointments in the Premiership. Please don't let there be disappointments in Europe as well. A final on our first attempts. Come on. Our first big break is going to be down this right-hand side as Brendan Williams pushes down, getting two-manned, gets the ball in, keepers in no man's land, and Renier gives us a 1-goal lead in the final. Come on. Second half of Marseille come out the blocks flying with a wonderful run into the box, and a powering strike puts them back to 1-1. We get a little bit of glimmer of hope as a very bad challenge there on an already yellow card. Lottie is going to see him get a second, and that is him sent off. But the red card did not go in our favour as a well-worked throw-in gets rifled through to give him a 2-1 lead in the 84th minute. We do get a corner in the 96th minute with 6 minutes added on to try and get something as we whip the ball in. It's going to be a header cleared away. We try and pick this up with Tezgel, try and put it back in, but he does go backwards a little bit too much as we try and float one in there. It just gets cleared away, and unfortunately for us, that is the final whistle, and it sees Marseille beating us in the Europa League final. And the truth behind this story is, guys, that not every story has a happy ending, and every story has a next chapter. So all we can do is say congratulations to Marseille, and we'll be back in the next episode to fight stronger for it. Guys, I hope you did like this one. Please leave a like and the subscribe helps me out massively, and I'll catch you all in the next episode. Much love, and bye-bye.